Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you a little midday money on a Tuesday, the 30th of May. Wrapping it up. What are we, just a day away from June? Like, subscribe, ring the bell here. Winner free picks and parlays. Maybe the Sean Higgs channel. I got the baseball cards out behind me. I'm gonna do a little video after this. Not sure what I'm gonna open yet. We'll talk about it in the show. Hopefully Richie P's here. He's my baseball card guy. If you're watching or listening, I should say, on one of the podcast channels, networks, super. I appreciate it. You know I do. But be sure to come in and leave a comment. You know, if you got any questions, good or bad, I'm here for you. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. Come on in. Give me a follow. Let's jump right into SA. And I did a little recap last night. Look at lines last night. It was, 45 minutes. It was a pretty long show. Usually it's like 10, 15 minutes. A little longer. The game was going on. We're talking about that. 1 and 2 in the video. 108 to 125. We're down 665. I had a 1 and 3 day on my premiums. 189 to 193 plus 365. So there is that with baseball. No NBA. No hockey. Again, you see the hockey in the video here, 50 and 60 plus 32. NBA 65 and 63, minus 180. On the season, NBA is 34 and 32. Again, I'm not a huge NBA guy. We've had a nice playoffs. We're in the plus money, plus 271. But again, a little more in the video because people like it. I try to find a game I like. Doesn't mean I bet it. I say that all the time. Hockey, plus 32 in the video. But on the sites, 67 and 79. We're down $96. So, again, can't win them all. Can't win them all. There is that. Today's picks, though, we have strictly Major League Baseball. And we'll talk about the finals and the Stanley Cup, stuff like that in a minute. Padres under 7.5. Nothing's changed since last night. Orioles under the 8. Mets over the 8.5. Braves run line 135. Mariners minus the 120. Back at it with Seattle. Let me down last night. But I'm not scared of Nasty Nestor. No way. No siree, Bob. Seattle get the call. No props today. Michael, hey, what do you say, my guy? I'm liking the Rays run line today versus Hendricks. Maybe the team total over 4.5. Scratch that. I just went to 5. I still don't hate the 5 here. I know we're going to have people come in here that Mr. Numbers and the Rays can't hit on the road. They steal signs. Well, they're still the best batting average on the road in Major League Baseball in their top 3 or 4 in runs. And I mentioned Stroman's great season so far. Hendrick, no. Give me McClanahan. I don't hate it. They'll score some runs. You're off a game as the best hitting team in baseball. You're off a game where you got 1 hit. I feel like Bob Uecker in Major League. That's all we got is 1 GD hit. You can't say that on the air. Nobody's listening. I mean, really. Yeah, they go over by themselves today. Don't overthink things here. Michael B. They started great, but took a 1-4 to end the night. A's big, so it was a wash. Yeah, the A's. Again, people want to run and bet the Braves. That guy hadn't pitched in the majors in 3 years. I said take the over. I didn't have anything in it. I couldn't have bet either one of those guys who haven't pitched. T-Money didn't think we'd have a show. Yeah, I had to dial in for a Zoom to fight my taxes. So good news is they did not go up. So I guess that's a win. They didn't go down. I'll be a little better prepared next year than I was this year. Last year, I was all right. This year, it didn't. It is what it is. What am I going to do? Michael, MLB, I do not love today's cards. I can't even get a Conforto Ribby, but I will. Hey, listen. The Conforto Ribby's paid off. You can't complain about it. Pirates, I said Pirates, San Fran yesterday on the run line. I don't hate it. There was no line when I saw this last night. Again, we got Breba a little bit, Aviado, Johan, Santana, Aviado. I understand taking them, but hey, I did take the Jays under the 9.5. See, I think that might be an over in that Jays game. He has looked good, Hauser. Yes, he has. The numbers are there. But the 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 Jays are a team, and again, we've seen a bunch of teams like this. You're expecting bigger things. They're middling along. 500 club. Are they better than five? I see. I think they're a better than 500 club. The Brewers, I'm not loving. I mean, they're winning despite the fact, and again, they almost have identical records. But Burns, I've been down on this year. Woodruff's on the injured list. Are we real? The offense is something. Even when their pitchers were 100% top of their game, I wasn't loving. And I'm going to rush to Hauser here. I, limited innings. I understand looking because you look at his numbers like, hey, look at this guy. He's got a 2 ERA on the year. Guy throws 4 innings, 5 innings a game. He's not a strikeout guy. Not a strikeout guy. I think I would lean over. Give me some Jays run line as well. Do I want to lay with Kikuchi at a 150? Not really. T Money, only 3 plays today. Odor, Alvarez, and Ryan McCann all to hit a homer. 6-1. McCann to 680. Ruffed Odor, Alvarez, the youngster from the Metropolitans, and a little Ryan McCann. All right. Good luck to you on those. The Miz, Baltimore under the 9. I had the. It's a. Don't tell me that's a 9 right now. Don't tell me that's 9. It went up to 9. Miz, I got an 8 last night on the under. I got an 8 last night. I still like it though. St. Louis run line. St. Louis over the 9. I will agree with this because yesterday, shut out. 7-0. If you tell me the Royals are scoring 7, I'm not shocked. Wainwright's on the hill. It's a Cardinals pitching I don't love. They get shut out. And I kind of agree with the line because Miklos has not pitched terribly of late. So I don't hate it. I think I mentioned that in his last start. I can do this. Both of them, sure. Atlanta. Hold on a second. St. Louis run line. St. Louis over 9. Atlanta run line here. Okay. Atlanta on the run line. Yeah. Again, last night this was 135. That sounds right about me here, especially off a loss. Good spot for him to bounce back. That's what I like it. Again, last night 2 guys hadn't pitched. One guy hadn't pitched in 3 years. The other guy had a 7-something ERA in the minors. No thank you in a rehab assignment. And Texas run line I agree with as well. Are the Tigers a real second place team? I don't know. I think the Rangers are a real first or second place team. Do I want a little more somebody else, another bat in the lineup for them? Yeah. I'm with you though. Run line, what's that about? A 115, 120? I agree. T-Money, may sprinkle on the Rays later and some Braves hitting props for extra. I'll again, I was a little late to the game today with other things, so I didn't really get to look at a bunch of props. But JP Sears is a decent lefty. That being said, if I could find a nice Austin Riley or an Ozzy Albies Ruby prop for the Braves, I'll be interested in. Will I come back on another Seattle Mariner Ruby prop somewhere against Cortez? Possibly. I got to do a little digging here. Giants over the 8.5. Aviado and Briba. I don't know, J-Rock. I'm not sure about the over there. I do not know. Nothing strong either side there. Misses Urs may be in trouble. Mullins out with a hammy. I mean, is that really going to kill their season? And you're a Baltimore guy. Mullins going out. Is that a bigger problem than, say, Mountcastle or Frazier or Gunnar Henderson hitting 200? I mean, I get it. Mullins is a good, solid guy. I'd rather get a bounce back from Adam Frazier, Mountcastle, and anything out of Henderson, even Mateo, some kind of improvement, please. Now, if you're just looking at today's lineup, like kind of like the under, I get it. I can't believe this went to a 9. I mean, they scored 7 today. I hope not. I need an under here. Mrs. J-Rock, good call. The 6 horse. Went off at a 3-1. The horse won. His horse won. Bumped by 5 at the start, almost blew it. Horse talk. 100 days until the NFL, says Maurice. Baseball difficult to bet for me. I don't know how you guys do it. See, with baseball, Maurice, and as dumb as it sounds, people are like, you got to be ready to lose. It is every day. Most days had most games. There's what 15 games, a lot of games. If you're going to come in and take 240 faves all time or 160s, it's going to be a long season for you. If you could say, hey, I could lose half my games, I could lose 40, 55% of my games. If I'm taking plus monies, I'll be positive at the end of the season. You'll be all right. It's a very long game, all the way till October. Long time. Long time. You got to change the mindset, though. You can't just come and be like, I got to. How many people took the Braves last night? Like just blindly. We got to just fade the ace. You can't just do that. Yes, it's been profitable. Have you bet every one of them? If you start taking baseball dogs, you'll probably be all right. Hit some rough patches, but in the long run, you'll be fine. David, good afternoon. Hit big on the Heat last night. Love the Mets. Heat, never in doubt winners there. 150-0 to the 3-0 teams. And again, I like the over there. Zero shot there. What's there to say? Boston battled back. I wasn't quite sure how the Heat would respond. You saw it in the first quarter. You had to know Boston was in trouble. They came back fighting. And this game Thursday night, it's a 8.5, 9. I want to maybe take the under. Nuggets been off for a while, maybe a little rusty. I know they're home, tough home court. We've seen Miami kind of struggle at times. Maybe an under. Haven't been. Love the Mets money line today with Cody Senga. I mean, I don't love Cody Senga, but I sure as heck don't like Ranger Suarez. That's why we got the over 8.5. Miz didn't see the race. It won, though. Miklos has 3 quality starts in a row. Yeah, he's improved. He's come around a little bit. Michael B. Thoughts on Tigers and Rangers? Lines falling and the public's not backing the Tigers. Yeah, the line's coming down. Fado has not been terrible. I understand that. But honestly, it's a Ranger run line for me here. I'm not high on the Tigers. I mentioned this last night. I'm like, I wanted to be high on the Tigers. All their pitchers I like are hurt. They've been hurt. The lineup to me is suspect. Perez is a solid pitcher. Detroit's usually an under team anyway. I know they've gone over of late. I'm going with a better pitcher. I think a better team overall. Forget just thought the records. I mean, just look at the line. Just think, well, who'd win? It would be Texas for me. Rangers run line 115, 120. That's where I'll be. I don't want to lay 130, especially since it's down from a 140. J Rock, Angels on the money line today. Giolito really vulnerable to the long ball. It's just he might give up some runs here, but are we really sold on Tyler Anderson? That's my thing. You're off. And another, the Angels just got swept at home. I'm not looking to bet a team that's coming off getting swept at home by the Marlins. I'll lay the short number or run line. It's not even a short number, 140s. I consider that a big number. I don't lay 140. What's the run line? A 140, 145 with the Sox? The Miz. Last year, head-to-head, Hendricks beat McClanahan. That's last year. I mean, how are we? We're going to talk last year when Kyle Hendricks just made his first start coming back from a injury, and he went 4 innings, gave up 6. 6 hits, 3 runs. I'm not really high on that. Minors, 5 starts in the minors this season in a rehab assignment. 21 hits in 20 innings. You want to back Kyle Hendricks. I mean, I'm not going to really say it's terrible. You're getting a 150, 160. But, yeah, last year is last year. How were the Rays hitting last year as opposed to this year? Maurice, Cleveland over at 9 now. Should I hammer the under or is it a trap? I like the under, so I'm going to say go under 9 as well. I mean, I'm not going to switch it. Llama. What do you say, Brio? T-Money, since it's a light card, I'll add something to chat. Is there a handicap or past, present, or whatever you really mirror or like their betting style anyone you met when you started? I don't know if I really mirror anyone's betting style. I'm kind of my own. Like, listen, you see me do shows with Jesse all the time. We're totally kind of better. They're totally different. Definitely he's a little more selective than me. He'll go a little higher odds than me. But is he really good? Yes, he's really good. I'll tell you, Kyle Hunter's fabulous. Really respect Kyle Hunter's game. Um, Scott Rickenbach, really good. And these are guys I met. I mean, there's other uh, cappers on like sites. I mean, listen, Crackman's really good. He's a prop guy. He's really good. I'm trying to keep it to people I know as opposed to personally know, as opposed to just what I see on a site or on the internet. These are people I've met, talked with, been around. Um, but like mirroring people, it's everybody's different. Like I do my shows with Ross, and he's totally different than me. Way he does things. I do things a lot different. Everybody's different in their own ways. Uh, yeah, I think you have to have your own style. You can't really. I know they say like it's everything's like a copycat league, and you do this. I don't. I do my own thing. That's why I say, what, I'm a better first. I come in, you see, I throw a lot of games out. I tell you, I don't come in here saying I'm betting 5,000 a game. No, I got 25 college basketball games on a Saturday. I'm not betting dimes across the board to, I go 3-22 and lose uh, 18, 19, 20,000. No, I'm a few hundred. First of all, it's hard enough to get down huge amounts of swaths of money. Um, I'm a better first. I don't consider myself a originator kind of guy with lines or no. But yeah, it's I don't know, I just try to do my own thing. But you always got to learn and see what other people think, whether it comes to first fives or player props or again things like getting into boxing or horse race tennis. I'm not looking to expand my playbook. I'm not. That's no. It's only one capper. I swear, betting style wise, every game I pick, and the way I think exactly the same. A friend of yours, but I know you said you learn the most from opposing sports. It's not that you learn the most from opposing. There's different ways, right? Different ways to skin a cat. People love parlays. I'm not a big parlay guy. I don't do parlays. Not a big teaser guy. I'm a straight guy. Sides, totals, straight bets, boom. Um, First five, first half, don't really play around with those first quarters. Yeah, I'm old school in my ways. That's the way I bet in the 90s, didn't have all that stuff. Have I branched out into Ruby props? Yeah. First quarter sometimes with basketball. Yeah, I've seen that. Again, I don't watch the game. So that's something I want to, if I'm doing a first quarter game, I want to watch that game for a basketball game because I want to see how it plays out. If I like, they're going to bounce back, they're going to come out strong here. Those are different kind of scenarios. But again, you can't just take one way and just do it. It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. It's a wheel. Keep spinning. Different spokes. Move them around. Baseball takes positive juice and no phase more. Yeah. Oh, you hear me, Biz. I mean, I jumped to a run line at like 130. Maybe I'm overthinking and I lose where I should actually win a game. It happens, but I know that over a course of a season, if I lose that game once, it'll win somewhere else and it'll be a plus money for me. So I'm still coming out ahead. You know, and that's like on the sites, it's difficult to gauge winning seasons because I'll put a little more on something I like more. Where on the sites, it's always a straight same kind of thing. So I'm 500 on the sites. I'm up almost 4 units. That's fine, but I'm up way more than 4 units in real life, and that's even taking losses here on the video with player props because some player props I'll come in late and not have them in chat because it's game time, or I do something in game. You know, and I'm sure a lot of people are like that, different. But yeah, the juice, I just can't. I very rarely. I don't like to do it. Clouds. I haven't seen you in a bit. You're pretty confident in Marlon under. As confident that I bet it. I mean, I don't like coming in and say guarantee this win, no doubters. I mean, the Padres have been a pretty good under club lately. Alcantara's pitch bad, yes, but again, he's the dynamics are there for this game to be a 3-1 game. I think this is going to be like a 4-2 affair, and it's up. The line's gone up. I got a bad number. And that's what happens. I do the show the night before. I'm not switching to pick around to make it better for me. It is what it is. I got an under 7.5. I got an under 8. Now it's moved a little bit. I like it. All I can say is I bet it, Clouds. If I didn't think it was going to win, I wouldn't have bet it. So as far as I'm concerned, I bet one game, I should go 1-0. I bet 7 games, I should be 7-0. I'm going to put my money on if I didn't think it would win. Mike, I cannot wait for NFL to sign my rookie draft for Dynasty League. Champ last year, so I picked last, but still came away with Charbonneau and a few other rookies. I don't even know who's he on. I don't even know who Charbonneau is. I almost called it Chardonnay. I thought you were getting. I thought it was a wine draft. Senga's boom or bust. Yeah, I agree. That's why I like the over. J Rock. Miz is up next. I was looking at the other guy below you. Which game's going over? Boston or Toronto? I can see Toronto going over. I like the Toronto over there. And I can see Boston going over as well. Someone here said yesterday, who's my guy who comes in? I think Davis. Like, oh, Boston minus 180. How are we laying 180? I know the Reds are bad. I can't lay 180 with Bello. Over. Give me the over 9.5. What do we got? A couple horses today, J Rock? Is that we got the little ponies? No Charlie Black of Colorado. I don't care. I'm still going to go over whether the Mets hit or the Rockies hit a little. I know the Rockies aren't. Excuse me. Blackman is Colorado's playing Arizona. I got the Senga in my head because he was just up here. I know Colorado's coming out of Wild Series. Nice. They end up losing last night, but they put up a bunch of runs. Doesn't make a difference. I mean, you got Zach Gallen at home. His numbers are really great. J-Rock. Park Rakes number 8. Ruth Ann at a 5-2 odds. Locking in with the king, my guy. How are you? I'm doing all right. Hanging in there. J-Rock says number 4. The number 2 horse in the 4 race at Parks is Formal Order, 5-1. And here we go. Just FYI about the Cubs. Oh, with Hendricks? I understand. I mean, it's... And listen, that was last year. The guy's off an injury. He's on rehab assignments. I need a little more than, well, last year's team. Because Tampa couldn't hit last year. This year, Tampa's hitting everything. The brokest trick in Gary. Poor Gary, Indiana. Top under 40. I spent too much in there last night. Part ended up bounce back. I'm going to say both of them have gone up. But you want to go Baltimore under 9 now? Is that a 9? If Baltimore's a 9, I'd say that'd be my favorite under of the day. What is this, McClanahan? 6.6? Is this a strike or 6? Obviously, it's supposed to be 6.5 for strikeouts. I'll go over a strikeout total with you. I'll go over. I think he strikes 10 out today. How about that? I think they just destroyed the Cubs today. I think this is 6-0 Rays. Solo Malt doesn't know what to say about yesterday. Tough. Who'd you have yesterday, Solo? Listen, don't say anything about yesterday. You move on to the next day. You don't bet crazy and then you're broke and then you got to reload after a losing day. We take it. You just move on. Losing day, grind it out to tomorrow. It happens. Welcome to betting. If that's the first time you had a bad day, you're gonna have a losing day every once in a while. It's okay. Don't let anybody tell you they don't lose. Solo. McLean 6.5K. Yeah, yes, over to 6.5. Absolutely. Miz is agreeing with the gotcha. Aaron, my guy. Good afternoon. Good to see you again. Big X, here he is. Haven't not seen Big X, my Jersey brethren. Fun Taylor Ham guy. Boston crapped the bed last night. Lost the over. The series has been money loser for me. Well, here's the thing with the Celtics. I don't know if they just overlooked Miami coming in right out of the gate, thinking we're going to take care of this. Is easy. Miami's a bad team. Whatever the case may be, you dig yourself a hole like that, it's an improbable one to climb out of. If you're doubling up in Boston in Game 7, you already got them serious. That's just dumb betting. So, this is where it comes down to discipline and betting, the money management. That, again, just not betting. You don't have to bet it because it's a Game 7 or you like a team. Jim, good to see you. Miz is here. I played mostly run lines and totals. That's, again, I'm a run line kind of guy. I like fades as much as like, hey, take some dogs. I can't ever come in here and tell you to take huge fades. It's dogs or run lines. Plus money. Don't like the plus money, honey. The plus dollar daddy. Take the pluses. Maurice, Marlins hit left-handed pitchers well. Sandy pitches better tonight. Thinking Marlins 135. I mean, I'm not going to hate that. Marlins are playing well. Big road sweep there. Beating the Angels. Come from behind wins. I understand. Ryan Weathers like, oh, Ryan Weathers put up some bad numbers. I like the under. I like the under. I got Miami total 8.5. Good for you. I got a. It was a 7.5 on one side. It was an 8 yesterday when I got them. That's why. That's what they are in the chat. I don't switch the lines around. That's wrong. Don't do that. I'll tell you what I got. T-Money. Wine draft. I love it. Yeah, the wine draft. Box of wine. Where's that going to draft? Cold weather in Boston. So you thinking under tonight, Miz? Little chilly? Uncomfortable bats? J-Rock. I don't know about Sandy. Hasn't been right. He definitely has not been right so far. You can't get behind the Padres. Yeah, Padres I can't really back. They're kind of hitting a little bit, but not doing enough. The pitching's keeping them alive. Give me the under, because I don't like the Marlins lineup all that much. I know they kind of hit a little bit against the Angels, but that's the Angels. That's the Angels. Come on. King D, I'm doing well. Took the weekend off. Had family coming town. There you go. Little Memorial Day party. Open a pool. Little meat on the grill. I get it. There you go. Yeah, fly to Indiana. Come up for the underwear Olympics when they have the combine. How about when the Colts win opening day? You gonna go to the game against the Jags there? Opening Sunday? Miz, last week 8-2 totals. First 5 turned into 2-8 full game. Totals, so 8-2 first 5 and 2-8 full game. Wow, rough. That's why you got to kind of look into doing things different. Again, on the sites, you can't really do that. Personal life, it's a little different for me. Betting kind of stuff like that. I do sometimes dabble a little bit, but again, you get frustrated. As I said, I'm no different than anybody else. I got a little more discipline to bet games, or maybe bankroll's a little different. But when you start losing games late, and you go back and start looking, and be like, oh man, if I would have first 5 these, and instead of going 3-8, I would have been 9-4 or something. It's then you find yourself, am I just going to rush into taking all these first 5s? I joke about getting a pen out, but document yourself for a little while. If you can't document yourself for a week, and I got Miz up here. This is just a little words of advice. Document your plays for a while. How you think you're going to do? Before you say, because again, you remember every winner. You don't remember the losers. Trust me. Cubs are trash, says J-Rock. Listen, I got an over. I'm a little leery about my over with them. Stroman carried me. I say, yeah, managed 1 run. They got 1 hit. They couldn't hit Stroman. Stroman's been really good. I thought I'd be able to scrape a couple runs against him, though. Terrible. Michael's out of here. Get back to work. Get out of here. Do your job, Michael. Thanks for coming in, my friend. King D, yes, sir. There you go. Have a little family barbecue. Anthony Richards. Oh, boy. Well, listen. You got an Anthony Richardson jersey sighting in before November. Your team's in trouble. You're winless. Winner Circle's not saying without you. Yeah, no winner circle this morning. I had my meeting. I had to be there. It was anywhere between 8 and 12. So I was in the chat at like 5 to 8, ready to be there. So I'll be back tomorrow though. Miz very seldom live. Yeah, I'm not a huge live better kind of guy. Again, because I'm not sitting watching games all the time. I know people do that. Do I watch some games? Yeah, but not me. You don't have to do that. Again, if you like live betting, I guess Super Bowl. If I'm in AC or Vegas, wherever, watching something, maybe I'll get up and go put something in that. Francisco, my guy, good to see you. How have you been? So the Padre line has moved. I got a bad number. What am I going to do here? It's that's sports betting, Susan. What am I going to do? I put the lines up ahead of time, and it came back and grabbed me here. I got a 7.5. It is a 8. I have the Orioles under 8. There are 9s up on the board. Terrible. Terrible one. Wish I had that 9 Meadows. Mets over 8.5. I think Senga gives up some. I think Ranger gives up some. Braves run line. Forget about it being a bounce back. This was up last night as the game was going on. Uh, I'm just gonna run line against Oakland when it's a reasonable number. Although JP Sears is a solid lefty, off a loss, Braves bounce back. That's my feeling there. And Seattle hired the Mariners last night. It's a slugfest. I don't know. I'm not a Cortez kind of guy. I will take Gilbert here. Uh, it was a 120 last night. It's up to, I see 130s here, even a couple 135s. Run line was a 160 I thought about doing. But for the chat, it's still a 120. That's what it was last night. A lot better works if you're not chasing. That's the thing. People keep, they jump into live betting, and next thing you know, your side bet that was $5, 50, 500, whatever it was, if you're blinded by that, you're doubling up. It's not good. What do I think about the Braves team total of 4.5? I think it gets there. I mean, I got Braves run line, so obviously I need some runs. So over. Angels and the Sox. I don't like the Angels. How do you bet on the Angels? They lost 3 in a row. They just got swept. I'm not looking to bet the Angels. And Giolito has pitched a little better. Do you have a cash out option for games? Yeah, that's pretty standard now, cash out options on some of the sites. No. But I mean, I can't do from the fact that when I load it on these sites, you know what I'm saying is like I'll put it in the chat here. And if I load it up on winning free picks and parlays, whatever sites I'm on, the line is what it is. I can't go in and bet it again. That's why some of my numbers are different from when the picks and parlays page and like sports capping. It starts spinning and I don't know if it's in, and all of a sudden it's in there twice. Or I'll double input a game because I'm looking, and sometimes I'm searching, I don't see it on a thing. So I'm like, oh, did I not put it in here? The line not come up? I forget a game. I put a game in twice. So they kind of get skewed on the sites. I don't control the sites. I can't go in and delete a pick, you know. But in real life on the apps for betting stuff and sites like that, yes, I could get off of it. I could go the other way. You know, there's things I could do for that. Yeah, cash out options. But I was speaking of, it's in the page here. I put it out there. I'm not switching. Can I come in and switch? Like, I don't like that anymore. I'm not doing that because I already put it on winner free picks. It's out there, my pick. A lot of the games in here are games I put on the site. Stop Geo's in the house. Good luck. Also to you. I can't believe there's no Richie P today. I need a Richie P to give me an opinion on what box I should rip here, and he's not even here today. I mean, talk about your totals with your book cash up Baltimore. Oh, yeah. I could do something like that on an app or on a website. Yeah, yes, obviously. I mean, I think I addressed that in the last one. I was just speaking from whatever. I'm not going to rehash myself. We just talked about it. On the sites here to sell, I can't edit. In the real world of apps and website betting, yes. I can do that. And sometimes I don't have lines all the time on some sites, so they are different, you know. So it does work out different sometimes. J Rock Alvarez met Ribby 175 hitting 400. I'll go. I like it. I like the Ribby prop. Let's go. I'm gonna write it down because it's not gonna be a chat play. But Alvarez a 175 RBI Mets. I'm gonna get down on that myself. Here's my guy, Rich. I was just talking about you. I'm like, Rich, I got some Bowmans. I don't know what to open, Rich. You know, I opened one of these last night, right? I know. Was it last night or this morning? Or last night? 2. There's what? How many packs are in here? 5 packs? 7 packs? You get the 2 refractor packs, the other 5. 2 of the packs, exact same packs, exact same cards. Now I got 2 Wanda rookies. But like, come on. Terrible. I don't know if I should do the platinum. I got the platinum. These come with autos. Maybe I'll do one of these today. And I got some older stuff. You know, I got some, last year's Chromes. I don't know. I got some Bowmans. I don't know what to do. Got to crack them open and start to get the donation pile going again. I dropped off 5,000 cards from 87 to 91 to the place by my not by my house, but Nick, I say 80% of the games went over. What about Rays? Whenever I bet them, they lose. Nick, I get it. It always seems that way. And and I had the Rays yesterday too. They're my top play yesterday. I liked them. I thought Cubs have been struggling. Stroman's been good. I'm not saying, and I said to Mr. Numbers on the YouTube comments. I said, bro, how it's not that Rays can't hit. I mean, Stroman's got a .80 whip. He's been excellent this year. Now they lose 1-0 today. All right, maybe I'll give Hendricks some credit. Stroman, I'm not giving him credit. He's having a great year. Hendricks shuts this lineup down. Yeah, I'll be a little shocked. Ricketts is in the house, my guy. Good morning. Judge and Julio to go deep again. They roll it back. I won't be shocked. Julio's hitting. I'm not going to bet the Rays again. Never again? What are you going to do in the playoffs? We'll be one of the teams in the playoffs. Joe Ryan for me has bad stats versus Houston. One, I don't have. I'm going to just pull up his matchup here versus him. I don't have his total career numbers versus the Astros. Win, loss, stuff like that. I'm not going to Baseball Reference to pull that up. I mean, you say he has bad numbers. Jose Abreu is hitting 205 at bats. Altuve is 1 for 2. Yordi has a home run in 5 at bats, hitting 200. So he's 1 for 5. Breggy is 1 for 4, batting 250. Maldonado, 1 for 4, hitting 250. McCormick, 1 for 5, hitting 200. Myers, 0 for 2. Pena, 1 for 4. And Tucker, 0 for 3. Those are bad stats? I mean, unless, if he gave up 4, 5, 6, 7, if he gave up 8 runs in one game, I mean, that's a bad game. I don't know how he's going to, I don't see how he's facing the guy 5 times in one game. That's kind of crazy. If he gave up 8 in one start, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how Yordi got 5 at bats at him in one start. Obviously, the home run and 4 RBIs could be a one swing of the bat. I don't know. I see those numbers don't look terrible for me. J Rock, let me know when you bet the Rays. J Rock's gonna go. You bet the Rays. He's going opposite. He says. I'll send you an updated underdog report. Tuesday's run line doggy 74-46. Can't. Wow. Again, taking dogs. I said this before, King D. You're not going to lose money, or you're not going to lose all that much. That's not a bad Tuesday dog card. Taking the dogs. Clouds, I think I'm going to parlay a Padres game under with my lock of the week, the Red Sox first 500. Oh, my goodness. Lock of the week, Clouds. Hope it gets there. Let's go platinum. Might get on a roll. All right, platinum it is. We got a couple. I got 3 platinums. 4 platinums. I got 4. How many platinums do I have? 4? I got 4 Bowman platinums. We'll crack one open. Miz, your rule. Good pitching stops good hitting. Yeah, and listen, you have had a guy who's been dealing. Again, I don't think Hendricks is dealing. Nick, my team's always Tigers, Giants, D-backs, Mariners. Your lucky teams. Tigers are a lucky team. Guess taking dogs, I guess, here. Nick says no early games today. Anyway, French Open. The French Open. Ryan Whip, under one impressive. Yeah, I mean, I'm a whip guy. I like to look at whip, batting average against. If we get a, batting average against anything under 200, I think is pretty good. Then I look at kind of ERA, like, is he giving up an untimely hit to have like a bolsterous ERA? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, the ERA is bad, but it's because he gave up a double with 2 outs, a 3 runs scored, and I have under 8.5. What is that? The pods or the O's? I like the unders. Go under. Summer line dogs are high juice. Yes, they are. And I did this on a Friday, Miz, 2 weeks ago. King, you mentioned it, so I wrote them all down, and there was like some minus 160 losers. It went 9-6 on a day. You would have won $115 on a $100 bet. I'd love to see the Platinum Bowmans as well. Platinum Bowmans it is. Platinum Bowmans it is. I'll do it. I'm going to load this up, and then we'll do it right after, probably around 12:30 ish. D-backs are hanging in there. We like the D-backs. We got an over 77.5. You got two solid pitchers. We need a third pitcher. We got to make a deal for a third pitcher. Padres, take the under. 8.5. But check out some home run props. 5 out of 8, you're in a profit. Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing though is that's why I like the Ruby props. I'll fire out a bunch of Ruby props, and if you have 2 good days of going 500 with Ruby props, you're going to be close to even. So we're down a little bit in the Ruby props. We're down 2 dimes, whatever it is. But that's also because we did a 3-23 run. We get 500, and that chips away. But the home run props is, I don't know. I'm not a big home run prop guy. It's all about the XFIB and FIB for pitches. There you go. That's what you look for? That's fine. I mean, I look at that a little bit. But again, I like the whips and the batting average against, and I go from there. That's my starting point, I should say. It's not the only thing. You can't have only one thing to look at. Nick says, my bookie, everyone is at 8, is 286, I have 8.5, 855. Huh. Oh, I'll lay a little more. I don't mind. I like to look at the whip versus ERA correlation. Like I said, one big hit gets an ERA up, but how often? That's the thing. Is he just that unlucky? That's where it comes into they talk about weighted on base percentages and the XFIB, those kind of things. And again, I'm not looking to explain that to, people don't want to hear that. They just want to give me your bet. There's plenty of shows you want to go dig into that kind of stuff. Betway is what you use. All right. Hit us for me until about last 7 days. Yeah. How are they doing lately? Who's hot? Like anything. It's baseball streaks. I got team winning. I got team that's won 5 in a row and another team that's lost 2 and they're 4-8 the last 12. I'm not looking to bet that team that's not playing good. The Angels. Why are you looking to bet the Angels? They're playing bad. Especially when you're playing bad and I'm losing streaking as a favorite. I'm definitely running the other direction. I'll lose the other way. I don't care. I'll take a loss the other day plus money. I'm not betting on a team that's 3, 4, 5 losses in a row. XFIP and FIP are great for Japan. It's KBO. Runs from MLB says Padres most talented team all around. I mean, the lineup is nice. You look at it, it's like, look at this team. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, they got a lot of names. It looks really good. What have they done? What have they done? You could have a great talented team. Are they winning? Are they winning? Machado's out, right? I mean, Tatis, loads of talent. Soto, huge talent. Machado, huge talent. Bogarts, huge talent. I get it. Then you have Nelson Cruz, old veteran in there, solid. Cronenworth is solid youngster, right? I mean, he's good. Kim's all right, Chris. I mean, they have a bunch of guys, professional. Matt Carpenter, another professional pro in there. The pitching staff, it looks great. Darvish and Snell and Musgrove. I get it. I get it. It looks really good. Can you put it all together? Can it put it all together and everybody click on one cylinder? No, that's how you got the Phillies in the World Series. Unless you're playing, everybody's got to be playing good. One guy's not going to carry you. You need a bunch of guys in baseball. Rangers money. I don't want to do money line. Run line only. Take Orioles under win against lefties. Yeah, I agree. And again, give me the Orioles under, not just against lefties, but I'm taking the under here today because they've been struggling a little bit to score. Cleveland is just an atrocious offensive team. I will just do Cleveland unders. I don't care. I'm not laying 120. They're minus 110s. All right. Final rundown here. For those, I'm not on Bet Win Repeat today with Detroit Lightning, but that comes next up on Picks and Parlays. But if you head over to Sean Higgs' channel, we'll do some Bowman Platinum, see if we can get some nice autos. Who knows? Padres will deal Tatis or Soto. I think they're going to deal Soto. He's a free, right? Is he the free agent? He's a free agent this year, right? The Reds versus Bello and the Boston Red Sox today. You like this youngster here, little Ben Lively? I just can't take Boston as a 180 favorite Bello. So I'm not going to say no to the Reds. We're going to say, if I could get rid of this thing, there we go. Padres under, again, it's 7.5 for the video. I'm not changing. Orioles under 8. Mets over 8.5. Braves run line minus 135. And the Seattle Mariners minus 120. No hockey, no NBA. Although I'm probably leaning unders for both. We'll see if I bet them. We'll see. I'm out of here. Again, if you want to see the Bowman Platinums, here you go. Bowman Platinums. 2 autos. I think it says 2 autos per box. Sean Higgs YouTube. I'm out of here. Good luck.